Good morning, students. Now it is Leo fever. Everybody is speaking about a movie. Well, my life is far more better than many movies I see. Of course, not every movie, but sometimes. So let us start the class with a movie poster. Okay. So let us see what we can see about this movie poster and how we can turn the movie poster into something that is related to our subjects. Now, this is one famous movie. I think I'm blocking the way. Okay. Now, can you fill up those blanks of what comes here? This movie was released dash the month dash December dash KG Cinema. The show started dash morning, of course, 9:45 morning dash Friday. Most of you will be able to answer to this question. But if I ask you if you're 100% clear with this, 100% confident with this, then we may scratch our heads, isn't it? We do. So how do we clear with this? There are many prepositions, as you know. The number of prepositions in language can go in a very big way. We actually call this preposition, which means positioning of words, a word which comes and determines in what position we're going to place it. There are different languages. Different languages have different ways of looking at it. English has its own way. Normally, what people think as preposition is something, but any word which determines where this preposition should be, or where the sentence or this articulation should go and how it goes. It's a very long list of prepositions that we have. It is not just one, two, three. But when it comes to placements, when it comes to competitive exam, or when it comes to daily usage, being eloquent in English, we use certain prepositions continuously. Especially, it's a shortcut for many people. You always want a shortcut, don't you? So we can divide it in a certain way. Now I need to position my camera in a certain way. So we can differentiate prepositions into three. Preposition of time, place, position. So when it comes to time, I have presented it in a certain way, which normally people present it in the first two slides because I want to understand this. Repeated prepositions that we use are on, in, at. So many people will, if I ask them a question, if it is on or in or at, you see them just looking at each other and say, really? Because it is quite different for people to understand that. In, now I have presented it in a certain sequence, which is very basic, not rudimentary, but basic. So let us see a bit attractive way to look at this preposition, the attractive presentation. This is what I meant. Now, if you look at this triangle, we have made a triangle here, very simple triangle. This triangle, if you look at from a big angle, it's moving to the sharp angle. A wider to a thinner and sharper. You can see three prepositions, in, on, at. We have divided it in terms of time and location. When I say location, we are speaking about places. It can be, the location can also be considered as what we call as position, because when I say I'm in England, it gives my location. I'm sitting in a table in a hotel, which is in London. Now, again, but a long way to go. So how to look at this? Grammar is a set of rules, but a language is not based on rules alone. Language has its own way to evolve and move. So when you look at here, if you speak about something in a broader sense, like in century, in a country, which is really big, a country by itself. There we can use in. If you want to go a little specific, a midco, midco, then we can go with on. The best way to look at the left side of this triangle and right side of this triangle. I don't want to read from the picture because that is not the idea. You can just download this or take a screenshot of this picture. I just wanted to give a glimpse of what it is in these 5 minutes. That's all. So when we go with the dates and years, we can go with on. When we go with time, at 6 o'clock, at 5 o'clock, being specific, I'm exactly here is at. We can say the corporate way of looking at things is at, because corporates means we are running a very big organization. So when we run a very big organization, we need to be particular. We need to be very particular, which is good. Precise. An army, a bank employee, a finance specialist. Your tailor can be in. Your surgeon should be at. So this is a way. You can take some time with this triangle later or whenever you get time. And next thing that we should do is we can have more examples, we can have more exercises, we can have more online tests. In that way, we can have the fluency. This is like swimming, cycling. You know it, but you need to practice it to be what it is. When was the last time you cycled or swam, or both? Not at the same time, of course. So this triangle gives a better way of looking at things than the previous slides. That's the way I look at it. I don't know how you look at it, but genuinely students have liked this triangle picture. It's not done by me. I just downloaded it from the net, but I saw it sensible, so it doesn't matter who did it. Not me, for sure. I agree. But this idea of putting it together and working and exercise should be everybody's. That so that we can be better next time when we come.